Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thank you everyone for coming today. We're going to start our protest, our rally today by centering with a few stories of our martyrs. Please listen to every word carefully and just think of all of the over 40,000 martyrs that have been killed this year alone and all those before it. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. If I Must Die by Rafat Al-Arir. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring hope, let it be a tale. Thank you. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aya Matari, and I'm going to be sharing a story about a martyr. His name was Hamza Dahdur, the eldest son of Al Jazeera's Gaza bureau chief. Wa'il Dahdur was killed by an Israel missile strike in the western part of Khan Yunis, Gaza. He and his colleague, fellow journalist Mustafa Thuraya, were killed when the vehicle was traveling near Al Mawasi, a supposedly safe area. There are over 100 targeted journalists in Gaza this year. Free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum. I'm going to be sharing a story about Haj Kamal Ahmed Jawad. Haj Kamal Ahmed Jawad was killed last week to an Israeli airstrike in southern Lebanon, which made him the first United States citizen to be killed from the ongoing Israeli assault on the country. Haj Kamal was 56 years old and spent his final days at Nabiati's main hospital, helping provide the elderly, disabled, injured, and poor with food, mattresses, and other comforts. Assalamu Mito Halimi, 19, was martyred after getting hit by shrapnel from an Israeli airstrike in Khan Yunis. Mito was known for his blog-style videos such as cooking recipes with limited food supply to showing his life in a tent since he and his family were forced to leave their home. He was murdered by Israel on August 27. Rest in peace, Mito. Free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum. 6-year-old Hind Rajab was on the phone for 3 hours begging paramedics to rescue her from inside the car where her other family members were killed. Forensic analysis found that Israeli forces from a tank fired 355 bullets at the car and had a clear view of her. When the U.S. was asked about her death, representatives said Israel is investigating. Allah yarhamha. This morning, young journalist Hassan Hamed was targeted and murdered. He was covering the attacks just 2 hours before his death.
His body was so dismembered, his father had to carry his remains in a shoebox.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! 1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! Occupation no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel is a racist state! Israel is a racist state! Israel is an apartheid state! Israel is an apartheid state! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Thank you, everybody, for joining us today as we mark 365 days of genocide. We continue to remember and honor every one of our martyrs. For every Hind, for every Hamza, or the countless others we may never hear about. The estimated over 200,000 that we may never hear about. And as we begin our program, I want to remind us all of something very important as we advocate and voice our activism for the people of Gaza, of Palestine, of Lebanon, of Yemen, of Syria. What they have endured, no one should have to endure. Yes, the people of Palestine and Lebanon are resilient. Yes, they are faced with obstacles that some of us have never had to. Yes, they have endured and resisted, but they are not superheroes. I'll say it again. They are not superheroes. They are human. And each and every one of us could have been in their positions. Each and every one of us could be in Gaza now, could be in the Dafat, could be in Lebanon. And it's not upon us to say that we are lesser or that we couldn't be able to endure that or we couldn't be in their shoes, because we very well could have been. But we are lucky enough to not be. There are people just like us, and it is incumbent upon us to not idealize them in a way that is unfair. The same way we could not take this, they shouldn't either. The Zionist state is a terrorist state, and it must be dismantled. And so, in regards to our program for today, I want to remind all of us that to follow along for the chants, for our march route, and actions to take place after this rally and after this march, everybody should take out their phones and text to the number 833-648-0391. I'll say it one more time, 833-648-0391. And put in the message, Free Palestine, no spaces, for an immediate list of actions that will only take minutes. You can also text chants for our chant list and march for updates on the march route. And you can also be sure to find any one of our team members on the side over here to learn how to be more involved. One more time, the phone number is 833-648-0391. And so now, for our first speaker, I would like to ask Pax Palestine Education Director, Besma, to join us for a few words on behalf of PAC.
Thank you, Barry. We want to ask everyone to move up closer. We have empty spaces over here. We want everyone to be here and be included. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We began today by honoring the martyrs of this year's genocide, those who have been brutally taken from us by the Israeli state. But I want to add one more name to that list, Dawood Assad. Dawood Assad passed away here in New Jersey on September 23, 2024. But his story began long before that. At just 16 years old, Dawood survived the 1948 Deir Yassin massacre. He witnessed firsthand the unspeakable horrors that have defined the Palestinian struggle. Witnessing Palestinians tied to trees and burned alive, and others lined up to be executed by Israeli guns. Dawood lost his 2-year-old brother in that massacre. Years later, he recounted how his mother died of a hasra, a deep sorrow that grips so many Palestinians, an anguish that takes root in the soul born from decades of displacement, loss, and relentless injustice. Some of the martyrs we've honored today died just days ago. One, we saw his death this morning. Others passed months ago, and already their deaths seem distant. Israel has spent decades conditioning the world and us to normalize the death of Palestinians. The genocide may have escalated in intensity this year, but Israel's campaign of violence began long before that. Before 1948, before Deir Yassin even. For over 76 years, the Zionist state has stolen the lives of our people from Palestine to Lebanon and beyond. Whether it's prisoners whose bodies were never returned to their families, to those who have been left to slowly die under the rubble, children that have been killed by forced starvation and disease. Our people have faced suffering beyond words. And now Israel is unleashing upon Lebanon the same horror it has inflicted upon Gaza. But the narrative is changing. They have exposed themselves. Their crimes are laid bare for all to see. From Dawood Assad, who died a refugee and carried his trauma in the diaspora until his final breath, to the martyrs of this year's genocide, we say this: we have not forgotten you. Today, we stand firm after 365 days of this genocidal assault, and after 76 years of displacement, of occupation, of erasure. Our message to the people of Palestine is clear. We did not forget you. To our Lebanese brothers and sisters, we will not abandon you. The Israeli state's reign of terror must end. Today, we mourn the victims of the genocide in Palestine, Lebanon, and all of our communities. And in their memory, we recommit to the struggle for liberation. Palestinians have been fighting for 76 long years, enduring unfathomable hardship with unshakable resilience. Our duty is to do the same. There is no going back to normal. There is only the fight for freedom, for justice, and for the end of Zionist terror. We commit to the Palestinian struggle until freedom. Free, free Palestine! 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 From Lebanon to Palestine! Lebanon to Palestine! Zionism is a crime! Zionism is a crime! From Palestine to Lebanon! From Palestine to Lebanon! Zionism is a crime! Zionism is a crime! Thank you.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Gaza must have food and water.
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 Israel, Israel, stop the slaughter.
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 Israel bombs, USA pays.
Israel bombs, USA pays.
Israel bombs, USA pays.
Israel bombs, USA pays.
How many kids have you killed today?
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 Thank you, Besma. So we began today's program by honoring our martyrs, and the genocide began this year. But Israel's violence has extended long before last year. For decades, the Zionist state has taken too many of the lives of our loved ones. From Palestine to Lebanon to Yemen to Syria, from prisoners whose bodies were never returned to them, to bodies left to die under the rubble or by disease or hunger. And so, to give us a short prayer and a dua, I'd like to invite Sheikh Qatanani from the Islamic Center of Passaic County to share a few words and to center us and to remember all our martyrs. Thank you.
السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Alhamdulillah. All praises due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank you, God, for everything, good or bad, because you are good always. We thank you, God, because you test us in this moment of steadfastness, patience, bravery, and courage. My message today first to our brothers and sisters in Gaza and Lebanon. Thank you, my brothers and sisters in Palestine, in Tulkarem, in Jenin, in Gaza, in Lebanon, for being in the right side. God bless you for your steadfastness, for your working hard for freeing Palestinians and Palestine and standing for justice. Gaza, 1 year of suffering, but not only 1 year. The suffering started for more than 100 years since the colonialism of Britain when they occupied Palestine 1917. At that moment, they brought the Zionism and Zionists to come and steal our land. I am from Jaffa, and my father, one of the survived who had been exiled from their homes, my family there, many of them had been killed in 1948, and until this moment, we live in refugee camps and we are waiting for our right to return back to Jaffa. If they think that we forgot, we tell them we did not and we will never forget Palestine. If they think that people believe in their lies, we tell them that people now and after October 7, they know better than before, and all people are united against the occupation and the colonialism. I thank all voices of peace, the Jewish voice for peace. Thank you, Hakam Wise and the community. We thank you. This is the true Jewish religion. They stole your religion. They stole your main ideas of Moses and all prophets. We believe that Moses will never accept anybody to cede the land of others. Thank you, Hakam Wise, for your leadership and dedication. I know that you are suffering like us in Jerusalem and here and everywhere. We believe that all faiths, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, have the same message: justice for all, and no occupation and no colonialism in any piece of the world. My message for us as Americans: we are Americans, Palestinian Americans, Arab Americans, Muslim Americans, Latino Americans, all of us. We are against this war. We are against this war, and we don't want to use our tax money in any killing any child in the world. Money for education, not for killing people. Don't use our tax money. We don't accept that. Mr. Biden, you represent us and you failed us, and shame on anyone who is behind this war in Lebanon or Palestine. Shame on you, Blinken. Shame on anyone who did not who did not stand up for ceasefire from day one. Shame on them, because this only 1 year we lost more than 50,000 people, and more than that, the number will be more than that. More than 100,000 people had been injured, without legs, without eyes, and so if they stood up for justice, for ending the occupation, for ending the blockade and the siege against people in Gaza and Palestine, I think we saved a lot of human being lives. But unfortunately, our leaders, they love wars. They bought wars. They love waging wars. So please, this is our message from American people. Regardless of our faiths, colors, ethnicities, and backgrounds, we are against any occupation and any war against humanity. My message today to all my fellow citizens in America: please learn and educate yourselves about Palestine and Palestinian rights. Because there is no peace if we don't have justice. Injustice anywhere, injustice everywhere. And no justice, no peace. If you want peace, if you want security, think, think in your mind. Netanyahu, what did you do last year? Did you bring security and peace? You did not. Palestinians lost lives, but they did not lose their dignity, and they determined that we want to liberate our land. Liberation is a decision. Freeing Palestine is a decision. And that decision had been taken by God, not by us. Because God commanded us to stand up for our rights, to stand up for people's rights, to stand up for lives of all people. All lives matter. Jewish lives matter. Black lives matter. Latino lives matter. Palestinians and Lebanese lives matter. We don't want anybody to be killed unjustly. My brothers and sisters, pray for peace. Pray for justice. Pray for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, Lebanon, now and every time. Pray for people, for the leaders of this world to, to use their mind, to use their intellectuality and intelligence, because unfortunately they are stupid. They are stupid. They did not use their intelligence or their mindfulness. Please go back to your humanity. Go back to the values of humanity. Go back that all people are brothers and sisters in one nation, in one family. Look, this gathering represent us as Americans, as brothers and sisters, as a human being. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to stop this war very soon and to end the occupation now. To end the occupation, to end the occupation, to end the occupation, no occupation anywhere. May Allah bless you all. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. Not another nickel, not another dime. No more money for Israel's crimes. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Very quickly, before I introduce our next speaker, can I just have everybody who is behind the speaker, I need everyone to get closer to the inside. Please, everyone on this side, everyone on this side. Please go inside past the speaker. Nobody on the side by the stage. Nobody on the sides by the stage, please. Volunteers, please make sure that nobody's by the sides by the stage. Everyone, please just move over. Thank you. Thank you, Sheikh Qatanani, for your powerful words. Early on in this genocide, there were so many voices speaking at many times, advocating for our struggle, and some who have spoken over the Palestinians instead. So we must remember that while we continue to advocate, it is the Palestinians on the ground that lead the true movement. And so now I'd like to call Mr. Mahmoud Al-Ashi, treasurer of the Islamic Center of Union County, whose community, made up of many Palestinians in Gaza, was felt firsthand the effects of Israel's genocide.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Beginning, I want to thank back for getting all this community together for having this event. And I want to thank you all for being here. I want to share with you a short memories for what people live and see in Gaza. My memories is with my older brother. Back in November 2nd, I was talking with him in WhatsApp. And we talk and talk and talk and ask about how's the situation. And I told him there is a protest coming up and in Washington we are going, we're gonna be there. He was so happy and supportive and said, yes, thanks everyone you meet there. And you tell them, us in Gaza, we thank you. We count on all of you, American people. We count on all of you for our justice, for our support. And guess what? 2 hours later, I received the news that my brothers in his sleeps with his family got struck by Israeli airplane and got killed. They are shaheed now. They are shaheed in Jannah. His soul watch us in Washington when we protest, and that's why we need always to protest and protect and show our support for justice. For people need their freedom. Palestinian people, they're looking for freedom like everybody else. They are looking for a human right to live. A second memory is I have with one of my brothers who's still alive, alhamdulillah. One day we chat and talk, and I said, how's things going on in Gaza? And guess what? He told me when they collect dead bodies, they didn't ask parents to look at their bodies, the lost one, and said, "Is this is your daughter, your son, your?" No, they asked him how many pounds your son was weighing, and give him that amount of meat in a bag, and say, "Here, this is your son, your daughter, your loved one. Go bury him or bury her." This is injustice. This is not acceptable. President Biden, we need ceasefire now. Palestinian people, they do have the right to live their life. We all need to live our life normal. We all need to support the freedom of Palestine. We need a freedom for Lebanons. We need a freedom for everybody who's really want to live their life in peaceful. Gaza, before October 7, it was a beautiful city, nice buildings, nice houses, everything looks good. People spend money and build these houses and build to live on it, to live in peace, not to have a war like that. If you give back the stolen land, the war will be end. Palestinian people and other will live. They all will live in peace. Thank you, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. يا شهيد ارتاح ارتاح. يا شهيد ارتاح ارتاح. واحنا نوصل الكفاح. واحنا نوصل الكفاح. فلسطين حرة حرة. فلسطين حرة حرة. من المية إلى المية. من المية إلى المية.
من المية إلى المية.
فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
فلسطين عربية.
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
عز حرية فلسطين عربية.
حرية فلسطين عربية.
عز حرية فلسطين عربية.
حرية فلسطين عربية.
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Once again, I'm going to ask that everybody please move in away from the sides of the stage. Please move in away from the sides of the stage. Thank you, Mr. Al-Ashi, for sharing your story with us. Another reminder that to stay updated with the march, with the chants, and with any further actions, to text 833-648-0391. Again, the number to text 833-648-0391. Type in Free Palestine, no spaces, type in chants for our chant list, and march for updates on the march route. While we recognize that Israel, in every meaning of the term, is committing a genocide, we always and will always remind people that this did not start in October of last year. Israel has been terrorizing anyone that is deemed a threat to its illegal state for decades, whether in Palestine or here. And so I'd like to invite up Salahuddin from the Council on American Islamic Relations of New Jersey, which is one of the many organizations that have been working tirelessly in our state to organize for our community. And so Salahuddin, please, here you go.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, our hearts weigh very, very heavy. Our hearts weigh very, very heavy. Anyone with a conscience, anyone who has a heart is hurting. We are all in pain collectively. But brothers and sisters, now is not the time for apathy. Now is not the time to feel hopeless. Now is not the time to feel helpless. Instead, now is the time to level up. Now is the time to level up our work. If you think You have done everything you can these past 12 months to support justice, to support the Palestinian cause. Think again. If you think you have exhausted everything at your disposal, think again. Think about the sacrifices the Palestinian people in Gaza and the West Bank have made. And think about what we have done and how it pales into comparison. Now, don't get me wrong. We've done everything under the sun. We've done it all. But it's time that we increase our work. Now, here is the fact of the matter. We have many things on our side. We have many things on our side. In fact, we have the numbers, we have the diversity, and we are on the side of truth. The side that promotes justice will always prevail. Look at this crowd. The diversity in this audience and those that support the Palestinian cause is unmatched. Am I right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because all people who struggle in the face of apartheid, in the face of genocide, in the face of oppression, they stand together. All struggles stand together as a united force. Whether you're in the Black community, the Latino community, the Jewish community, the Palestinian community, any community, whether it's in Sudan or it's in Kashmir or it's in India or it's in China or it's in Palestine, wherever you might be, in Yemen, in Egypt, in any part of the world, in Latin America, and so on. All of our struggles are interconnected. They are interconnected, and we must work together to champion our cause. Now, here in America, we have an opportunity to do great things. We have resources at our disposal that people across the world do not have. We have civil rights, we have civil liberties, we have the wealth, we have the numbers, and we have the democracy to champion our cause. So now let us think, brothers and sisters. Let us think creatively about how we can champion justice and fight for the Palestinians. It's time to level up. It's time that we supercharge our activism, getting engaged beyond the rallies and the protests. Today, we are not here just to chant and listen to speeches and march on the streets. No, we are here to strategize. We are here to chart a path forward. Am I right? Absolutely. This is not just the beginning. We are here to plan a roadmap to success. If we are not thinking strategically, and we are mistaken, brothers and sisters, ask yourself, how can you level up your activism? How you as an individual can personally supercharge your efforts. Get involved with PAC. Get involved physically and personally with AMP. Provide your time and your resources to care. Look at the leadership and follow their guidance and work to support the efforts that are being done to support the Palestinian cause. Build bridges with your neighbors and your friends. Reach out to BLM, JVP, the Jewish community, and others, and be proactive. It is not enough for us to react. Something bad happens and we react on social media. This is natural for us, of course, and we'll continue to do this. But it's time that we level up and be proactive in our efforts. Here in America, we have the opportunity to do just this. So think again personally how you can get involved. And now, more tangibly, here in New Jersey, I want everyone's eyes and ears to be on two bills. There are two bills that are being addressed in the State House in Trenton. And if these two bills pass, they will threaten your freedom of speech. Your First Amendment right as an American citizen is under attack here in the Garden State. We are working around the clock to address these two bills, the IRA bills, the International Holocaust Remembrance bills, that seek to conflate the definition of anti-Semitism and being critical of Zionism. Boo, yes. And we want to make sure that these bills do not become reality. We want to make sure these bills do not become part of the law of this state. So we need to work actively to stop that from happening. So I encourage you, if you want to learn more about how to fight these bills and to protect your individual freedom of speech, get involved with PAC, get involved with AMP, get involved with CARE and other advocacy organizations that are dedicated around the clock to fight for us, defend our community, and support our freedoms. Brothers and sisters, it does not end here. Today, we're all going to disperse and go back to our homes. But throughout the week, throughout the months, tune in and chime in to these organizations and see how you can support them. Continue informing yourself, educating yourself, and being involved, sacrificing what you can. And that doesn't just mean financially. Financially, let us sacrifice, but your time, your energy, your will, our bodies, our presence. Sacrifice what you can for the cause of justice. Sacrifice what you can for the cause of justice. Brothers and sisters, now is the time to persevere and be optimistic. Be optimistic that we are on the right side of history. Am I right? Am I right? Who is on the right side of history? We are. We are the people of truth. We are the people of justice. Let us act like it. Let us act like it. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From Lebanon to Palestine! From Lebanon to Palestine! Occupation is a crime! Occupation is a crime! Israel, Israel, we know you! You bomb children too! You imprison children too! Stop the killing, stop the hate! Stop the killing, stop the hate! Israel is a terrorist state! Israel is a terrorist state! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! I'm going to ask one last time and then I won't bring it up again. Just everyone, please stay away from the sides of the stage. Please stay away, move in past the speakers. Please, everyone, لو سمحتوا, لو سمحتوا, ابعدوا عن جناب stage. Please. Thank you, Salahuddin. As we all have witnessed this year, when we stand together and advocate and organize together, our community can achieve great things. Now, I want to invite a community organizer that's shown up day in and day out, Zeli Imani from Black Lives Matter Patterson. Please give him a round of applause. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. Repeat after me. Some people are playing both sides. Ain't no 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 both sides. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Ain't no both sides. Ain't no both sides. Ain't no both sides. Free, free Palestine. Assalamu alaikum, everybody here today.
I stand here before you not only as a member of Black Lives Matter, Patterson, not only as a black man, but also as a black Muslim. Every day we wake up is another day to fight for Palestine. It may have been 76 years of occupation, but it's going to be 1,000 years of freedom. When we chant "Ain't no both sides," that's because for so many years they've been telling us, oh, the violence needs to stop on both sides. The violence needs to stop on both sides. The hate needs to stop on both sides. But there ain't no both sides. There's only the oppressed and the oppressor. There's only the oppressed and the oppressor. Tell them one more time. And it's not the Palestinians that's the oppressor. It is the Zionists who are the oppressor. And they are the ones who need to stop their violence. Talk about it, talk about it. So when we talk about a ceasefire, understand that a ceasefire will not end the violence, because the violence is the occupation. So if you want to end the violence, end the occupation. If you want to end the violence, end the occupation, because occupation is violence. Zionism is violence. Israel is violence. We are here gathered today because we know what most people around the world know, that Palestinians deserve justice. They deserve freedom. And they also deserve the right to defend themselves. Many people don't want to talk about that, but Palestinians have the right to defend themselves. Why is it that Israel is the only nation besides America who can defend themselves? Imagine right now, we are all gathered here today, and our cell phones start ringing, and each our cell phones cause an explosion, and all of us are killed or harmed. America would say that was a terrorist group that caused the attack. So why is it when Israel did the same thing, they are not labeled terrorists? Talk about it. How can they be defending themselves by killing innocent people? Shame on them, and shame on anyone who supports Israel. I want you all to remain strong and remain steadfast like our brothers and sisters in Israel and our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Stay steadfast. Stay strong. Do not care about if anyone gets upset with you. You may lose some friends. Are you okay with losing some friends? Because if you lose friends, they wasn't your friends in the first place. If they believe that Israel has a right to exist, then that friendship doesn't need to exist. So I stand here today to remind you, stand strong. Don't be silent. They tried to silence us for so many years, and now we're rising up. We're joining forces, and we ain't going nowhere. So repeat after me. Free, free Palestine! 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 From the river to the sea! From the river to
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine!
Free Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4! Occupation no more! 1, 2, 3, 4! Genocide no more! 5, 6, 7, 8! Israel is a terrorist state!
Israel is a terrorist state!
Israel is a racist state!
Israel is a racist state!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Long live Palestine! Let's get another round of applause for Zelly and BLM Patterson. While Israel's attacks have been the most horrific in Gaza this past year, we have begun to witness Israel's violence throughout the West Bank, like its strike on Tulkarem this past week, its violence in Jerusalem, and now, as we've been seeing for the past few months, its violence in Lebanon. And so now I'd like to ask PAC community member and a longtime Palestine solidarity activist and friend, Abir Sabah, who's originally from Janub Lebanon, to share a few words.
Hi, everyone. It's been a while since I've been up here. I hate that we still need to be up here. I'm going to keep it really short because everyone is ready to march. So some of you might know, and the reason it's been a while since I've been up here is I recently gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, and I want to center her in my thoughts today. So I found out I was pregnant towards the end of October last year. So as we were witnessing only the beginning, unfortunately, of Israel's latest reign of violence and terror on Gaza. All I could think of throughout my pregnancy was how many mothers have lost their babies as I'm growing mine. If I get emotional, bear with me, just cry with me. We might, we'll just see what happens. All I could think of throughout my pregnancy was how many mothers have lost their babies as I'm growing mine. How many mothers don't have food or supplies for their babies as I'm getting everything ready for mine? How many babies have lost their parents as my husband and I get ready to become parents? How do we live with this guilt? I gave birth to her and the genocide still hasn't ended. It's been 365 days of genocide, 76 years of colonialism, 57 years of military occupation, and 18 years of siege. She's almost 3 months old now, and not only has it not ended, but Israel's terror has bled through our borders to target Lebanon. As Barry mentioned, my daughter is Lebanese from my side and Palestinian from her father's side. Both her families are suffering right now. Both her people are facing unspeakable brutality. But both are also fighting gracefully, inspiring those of us on the ground and here, those on the ground and us here in the diaspora. She might come from two different nations, but our nations are one and united in struggle against the same oppressor. This is not the first time that Israel has attacked either country. Settler colonialism knows no borders, but our fight for justice and liberation also knows no borders. She might call one set of grandparents Sitto and Sido and the other Teta and Jiddo, but she carries the same legacies of resilience, resistance, and sumud from both. As both of us continue to work hand in hand to resist the terrorist state of Israel, she embodies the culture, the beauty, and the pride of both nations. She is the seed that will grow and haunt the Zionist agenda as they try to bury her people. We named her Raya so that she always remembers that she is our Raya of freedom and liberation. And we can't wait for her to cross the border of a tranquil Lebanon into a liberated Palestine and enjoy the richness of both countries without the presence of the Zionist occupier. Lebanon, Lebanon will prevail. Palestine will rise. And from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. You guys want to chant that one? From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever.
From the sea to the river! will live forever. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine.
Give another round of applause for Abir. For our last speaker, we want to show and make clear, and as we all already know, the distinction between anti-Zionism and anti-Semitism. In fact, the conflation between the two is not only wrong, but a weaponized and intentional act. Palestinians have continuously had to answer and apologize for this conflation, which in itself is an injustice. The IRA definition, as Salah ad-Din mentioned, that our community has been fighting and has fought before, is gaining momentum. And we must work together to continue to mobilize against it. And so now I would like to ask professor, activist, and co-founder of Jews for Palestinian Right of Return, David Letwin, to please join me. Give him a round of applause.
Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Greetings and solidarity from Jews for Palestinian Right of Return. Today, we bear witness to the genocide in Gaza and the terror attacks in Lebanon committed by the apartheid, settler colonial, Zionist regime in the 76th year of its occupation of Palestine. Today, we bear witness to the ongoing Nakba and declare the refugees will return. Today, we reaffirm the Palestinian call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions. Today, we reaffirm that resistance is justified when people are occupied. Today, we reject the pernicious slander that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. Today, we condemn this country's bipartisan complicity in Zionism's crimes against humanity. And today, we honor Palestinian steadfastness in the face of genocide and amplify with our voices and our actions the growing global demand for justice, not Zionism, throughout historic Palestine from the river to the sea. Free, free Palestine. End the genocide. End the ongoing Nakba. From Lebanon to Palestine. Zionism is a crime. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. Thank you in solidarity.
Are we ready to march? I want to hear you. Are we ready to march? Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free!
Palestine will be free.
From the sea to the river!
From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever!
Palestine will live forever.
So I want to thank all of our speakers one more time. Everybody, please give them a round of applause. Just for the final reminder to follow along for our chants, our march route, and our actions. This will literally take you a minute. If you have your phone on you, take out your phone. And I'm going to give everyone a minute to do this. Take out your phone and text to the number 833 648-0391. I'll say it one more time. Text the number 833-648-0391. Type into the message, Free Palestine, no spaces. Type in chants for the chant list and march for March updates. So I want to hear you guys one more time. Who's ready to march? And so to help us transition, I'd like to welcome Wasim Kanaan from American Muslims for Palestine, New Jersey. Give him a round of applause. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله الحمد لله الحمد لله. I want to drive that point home one more time. Does everybody have your phones out? If you haven't done it yet, this is your opportunity. 833-648-0391. Text Free Palestine. No caps, no spaces. And do every single action item. I want to be very clear. The murder of our people is not normal. The starvation of our people is not normal. The genocide of our people is not normal. There's not much more new to say than we've been saying for 12 months. There's not much more new to say than what we've been saying for 76 years. And we know, as Besma said, as Barry said, that what we see happening in Gaza today, in Lebanon today, didn't start in October. When we look at the start of new warfare on Gaza by the Zionist entity in 2008, the indiscriminate bombing of a civilian population. And we saw with those attacks in 2018, the brutality, the absence of humanity, the absurdity as it exists in 2024. And we say, enough is enough. The murder of our people is not normal. Our community, we are the keepers of our brothers and our sisters. We march today. We march tomorrow. Like we marched yesterday and for months. We march until liberation. We don't get tired. We don't get fatigued. We say that this is not normal. The story of our brothers and sisters, like Abir so beautifully summed. The story is smooth. The story of our people is steadfastness. The final chapter hasn't been written. But like we say, until return is our promise to write that final chapter. We are lucky
We are lucky to have institutions. We're lucky to have organization. We're lucky to have events like PAC is having on Friday. A wellness event, a healing event. We're lucky to have events like happening on Saturday at ICPC about Palestinian resilience, about our story. The message, brothers and sisters, is we still take this personally. We are not tired. We will not get tired. And we will keep on working. And it starts today in Patterson, New Jersey. This is our stronghold. This is our home. And so we come back to our home and we commemorate the 1 year of active genocide on the Palestinian people. And we march among our community. And we remind ourselves of sumud, of steadfastness, and of our unity and the message that we carry for Gaza and Lebanon. Are you ready to march? Are you ready to move?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to carry their story? Two big things when we march. Give me a second until I tell you. We're going to line up to my left, to your right, on the corner. Two things, please. Stay behind the banners and stay in the street. Work with us. Stay united and stay as one. Everybody, please join us on the street behind the banners and behind our help staff. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Next plus 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! From Lebanon to Palestine! Palestine is a crime! From Lebanon to Palestine! Zionism
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river, from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river, from the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Palestine will live forever. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop the killing, stop the hate. Stop the killing, stop the hate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop the killing, stop the hate. Stop the killing, stop the hate. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Israel is a racist state. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. Free, free Palestine. Free, free, free Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. From the sea to the river, Palestine will live forever. Free, free Palestine. You have two different pictures. Have two in the middle. Free, free, free Palestine.
People told Palestine can't run for Congress in this district. Don't care. We can make it happen.